The headmaster of Brynhilder Academy clapped his hands to get everyone's attention. Now it is time for the yearly tradition of Brynhilder Academy, Professor Reinhardt said, a mischievous... After the first years was sorted by the appraisal stone, the headmaster of Brynhilder Academy clapped his hands to get everyone's attention. Now it is time for the yearly tradition of Brynhilder Academy, Professor Reinhardt said, a mischievous smile on his face. Every year around this time, the new batch of students in the academy will do the initiation ceremony after they have been sorted to their respective manors. This year's challenge was carefully planned by our dark arts professors. I'm sure that all of you will have fun. So, without further delay, I wish all of the first years good luck in their first challenge. Professor Reinhardt then pointed his wand at the center of the Plaza of Beginnings and declared, Inceptos Porta Aperium! A second later, a giant blue portal appeared, which almost made Ethan jump back in surprise. Before he could even understand what had happened, the 4 teenagers beside him, who were freshman honors, ran towards the portal without any hesitation. The other first years did the same, which made Ethan wonder what was going on. You should get going too, Ethan, Professor Reinhardt said kindly. Great rewards will be given for the first 10 students that are able to clear this quest. What is this quest, Headmaster? Ethan asked. Can I, skip it? Professor Reinhardt chuckled after hearing Ethan's words. He then lightly tapped the blue-haired boy's shoulder with his wand, a smile on his face. No, everyone must go, Professor Reinhardt replied. Are you going to go by yourself, or should I help you? The blue-haired boy sighed inwardly before walking towards the portal with an anxious look on his face. The students in the plaza looked at him with all sorts of expressions, making him feel like they were all making fun of him. When Ethan was only a step away from the portal, he took a deep breath before taking that last step into the unknown. As soon as he entered the portal, it disappeared, leaving the first years no way out of the challenge that was given to them as their initiation ceremony. Ah, you're the last one to arrive, a beautiful woman with red hair wearing gray clothes said as soon as Ethan appeared in front of her. Do you have a wand with you? Or would you prefer to use a magic weapon instead? You'll need it to clear the practical exams. Wand? Weapon? Ethan blinked, confused. What kind of exam are we doing? The beautiful woman smiled as she gave the blue-haired boy a long, hard look. Ever been in a dungeon before? The beautiful woman asked. A dungeon? What's that? Ethan asked. I see. I get it now. The woman smirked. All right then, pick a weapon first. After that, I'll tell you how to pass this test. Choose carefully, because your life's on the line. Ethan didn't like how the beautiful professor said, your life's on the line. But her words got to him, so the blue-haired boy checked out all the weapons in the room, one by one. After looking at everything, he glanced back at the beautiful woman, feeling kind of lost, and asked a question. Do you have a pitchfork? A pitchfork? The beautiful woman raised an eyebrow. Why do you need a pitchfork? I grew up on a farm, and it's the tool I know best. I see. Well, if that's what you want, I can make that happen. The beautiful professor smiled and plucked something out of thin air. A minute later, She was holding a round metal ball and handed it to the blue-haired boy, who looked at it confused. "This is called an energy ball," the beautiful professor explained. "It's made from witchbane iron and can turn into any shape the user wants. It cost me 200 gold coins to make, but I'll lend it to you for free. Now, close your eyes and picture a pitchfork in your mind." Ethan did what the professor said and closed his eyes. The energy ball in his hand felt cold, but also somehow familiar. A moment later, the metal ball changed into an iron pitchfork. Ethan felt the transformation in his hand, and when he opened his eyes, he was holding the tool he had wished for. "Wow, amazing," Ethan thought, giving the pitchfork a few practice swings to test its weight. "It's the perfect length, weight, and balance. It's like this pitchfork was made just for me." Seeing how amazed the blue-haired boy was, the beautiful professor couldn't help but giggle. "So innocent," the professor thought. "It reminds me of when I first discovered magic." The professor wanted to think back, but she knew now wasn't the time. She then started explaining to Ethan what the test was all about, making sure the teenaged boy understood every single word. "So I just have to find the exit to pass this test?" Ethan asked. "Yep," the professor replied. "Monsters will pop up randomly inside the dungeon, and you can either run from them or fight them. It's your call. This test also has a time limit. After 2 hours, the test will end, and all the students will be automatically kicked out of the dungeon. So you don't have to worry about not getting out if you get lost. Just do your best to stay alive." Ethan patted his chest after hearing what the professor said. "So I just need to wait 2 hours and I'll be kicked out of the dungeon, right?" "Yes," the professor replied. "But you should do your best, young one. There are some amazing prizes that we've prepared this year. They are much better than that energy ball you're carrying right now. Well then, time for you to go. The clock is ticking." The beautiful professor didn't even wait for Ethan's reply and pulled him towards the only door in the room. "Good luck! I'm rooting for you!" Those were the last words the professor said before she pushed Ethan through the door, making him almost fall headfirst onto the ground. As soon as he regained his balance, the blue-haired boy looked at his surroundings and saw a young lady with light brown hair leaning against the wall of the dungeon. "Took you long enough," the young lady said, walking towards Ethan with a huff. She then placed her hands on her waist as her beautiful green eyes locked onto his face, making Ethan instinctively step backwards. "Chloe, fancy meeting you here," Ethan stuttered. "Why didn't you tell me you were a witch?" "Oh, and why didn't you tell me you were a wizard?" Chloe asked back as she took a step forward, which made Ethan take another step back. "If I knew you were coming to the academy, I would have gone with you." Ethan kept stepping back until he felt the wall of the dungeon pressing against his back. Although he got along very well with Chloe, she was like a wild honey badger when she got angry, and wouldn't hesitate to smack anyone, including him, when she felt like it. The boys in the village where he lived were all afraid of her because she would smack them silly if they teased her or Ethan whenever they were together. However, Ethan knew that Chloe was a very kind girl. She just had this bad habit of punching people when she became embarrassed, especially because their friends called her Ethan's summer girlfriend whenever she visited the farm during her summer break. "Wait, Chloe, there's a good explanation for this," Ethan said. "Actually, I got here by accident." Just as Ethan was about to say that he got here by accident, he found himself unable to talk. This was similar to what happened to Alice in the Plaza of Beginnings, when her aunt used a silencing spell on her. Chloe, who saw that something seemed to be wrong with her cousin, lightly tapped his chest with her wand. A moment later, a faint purple glow shone on Ethan's chest, which made Chloe frown. After thinking for a few seconds, she gestured for the blue-haired boy to lower his head so that she could whisper something to him. "Someone used a special silencing spell on you," Chloe whispered. "Let's talk about it later. First, we need to find the exit of this dungeon." Although Ethan was still a bit confused, he nodded his head and agreed with Chloe's suggestion. "The professor said earlier this dungeon is dangerous," Ethan said, taking Chloe's hand. "Let's go find the exit together. Stick close to me." "Okay," Chloe replied, letting the blue-haired boy lead the way as they started to explore the dungeon. Since Ethan was looking straight ahead, he didn't see the faint blush on Chloe's cheeks as they walked hand in hand through a place where the undead searched for the warmth of the living.